Hey, welcome to the Future Founders Accelerator, your 90-day AI agency evolution program. My name is Sebastian Schieke. This is the first and most important video of the whole course until now. Today we talk about building your AI automation agency. And I will tell you why now is the best time ever to start such a business. Why there's a massive market opportunity for all of us to create such a company. We will tell you exactly what are the main challenges businesses have and how you can solve them. Before we start, I would like to talk about the business reality. What's happening in business right now? So how many of you had an increase in workload last year? When I held this presentation in New Zealand in December last year, about 1995 of the hands had been raised. It's crazy what's happening in the world, especially the impact businesses face with three major challenges we are all seeing at the moment. The first one is the information overload. There's so much information thrown at us. I don't have the exact number, but the information in the world is doubling every X amount of hours. Can you imagine? Every X amount of hours. I have to look up the current number. It's mind-blowing. Every employee loses about 3.5 hours every day looking for data. Every day they're searching data and spending 3.5 hours to do so. This is even worse for IT employees. They need about 4 or 4.5 hours daily searching for information. This is too much. This is not only costing a company a lot of work, it's also mentally a challenge. You know, when you spend hours and hours looking for information until you find what you need. Also, when we talk about communication channels, more than 50% of employees, they feel overwhelmed by too many communication channels. I mean, we all carry this device in our pockets. We have WhatsApp, Signal, messages, email, you name it, Snapchat. My kids only communicate with Snapchat. But the amount of channels, it's so much overwhelmed for many people. You miss things that, I mean, for example, I was playing pickleball in New Zealand and where I spent the last 3 months. And they had an app called Swish. And yeah, I knew the app, I was registered. But you know, besides all the other apps I normally use, I didn't have a look at it. And so I missed an important announcement that I had to register for a training day. So I drove there with my wife, eager to play pickleball, but we couldn't because I didn't put my name down on this Swish invitation, which obviously has been sent the day before. This is a result of too many communication channels. So this is a big challenge, and of course also poor corporate communication, as too many different ways of communicating with each other. It's a loss of information, it's a waste of time. And it's not only a mental challenge, no, it has a staggering financial impact. There are numbers saying that per employee compound over a year, a company loses $2,686 US. When you say, okay, that's a lot of money, but what's the major impact? And you look at these company sizes. Company with 5 employees, yeah, it's $13,000 a year. 20 employees, $53,000. And 50 employees, $130,000 a year. And this is a critical size. We will learn later that companies of 50 employees should be sort of our sweet spot for our services. Why? Hey, because when you have a loss of $130,000 a year, the investment you pay to an AI automation agency is relative small to the amount of money they lose with poor communication. So this is a very valid business case. Then, how many of you prefer fast response times? When you have a question, when you connect to an organization, when you have a support query? Many, all of us actually, yes. And our expectation is very high at the moment, and it's raising constantly. Why? Because we have these big players who basically offer a fantastic customer service. Like delivery times. When I order something with one of the big worldwide active merchants, I have it on my desk the next day, or sometimes even the same day. And so I have the same expectation when I do business with a small company next door, which is wrong. They can't deliver this in this time. They can't respond in a short period because they only have a limited staff. But our expectation in our subconscious mind is so high that we say, hey, if you don't deliver this in this time, if you can't respond within an hour, then I might go to a different supplier. The average response time is 12 hours and 10 minutes for a customer service request. And yeah, in our subconscious mind, our expectation is about 1 hour. So there's this gap, and this gap causes significant issues for businesses because 52% of customers, they stop purchasing from companies with slow response times. So they switch to competitors. And well, if they would have get a response earlier, they obviously would have stayed. Companies with excellent customer service, they see improved market share of 70%. And 81% of customers, they are more likely to make a repeat purchase after a good experience. So you see, the expectations are very high. So we have to double down and we have to go to the next level on the customer service we present and we provide to our clients, which is obviously another opportunity for AAA agencies. And then last but not least, the third biggest challenge companies face at the moment, staff shortages and cost. 75% of companies, they report they have talent shortage. They need more staff. They can't find them. And what is the result? Well, it leads to overtime, more work for the existing staff members. This leads to high costs, obviously. You have to pay overtime wages, but also you get a high turnover because the existing staff members, they can only deal with this for a certain amount of time. They can't work all the time at this speed and at this pace. So they might leave and go somewhere else. Why? Because the company doesn't have enough people to work. 46% of businesses, they also report customer loss because the customers, they are not handled well. Customers, they're not getting the service they expect. Why? Because companies, they don't have enough people. And this is creating really a lot of stress on the business owner and also on the existing staff members. And these three challenges are big opportunities for us. Why? Because here AI comes in the game. The global AI investment is set to approach 200 billion this year. 200 billion US dollars. I mean, obviously, this is hardware and software. And obviously, countries like US or China, they take the biggest part of that. But we will see later that it's not only them. I mean, there are other countries which are doubling down on AI spend. The generative AI market will explode from 48 billion, from 40 billion to 1.3 trillion by 2032. Well, this is just, it's 25 now, it's just 7 years to go. It's not a long time. This is an amazing opportunity for every one of us. There's so much money being poured into this business. And not only money, also countries waking up. The UK, let me share some powerful data from the UK. They start leading the way in AI adoption. They are now the world's third largest AI market, which tells us something crucial. And this isn't just hype, it's a real business impact. Look at these numbers. 67% of the businesses in the UK use AI and 96% report efficiency gains. I mean, it's a no-brainer. Basically, everyone reports that after using AI, they are faster, better, more efficient. And here we're talking about real savings, thousands of dollars per business they save by using AI, but also they're becoming more faster, more efficient, they need less staff, and it's definitely a game changer for them. And the interesting part is the UK government, they just announced a major infrastructure investment because they see where this is heading. They want to go in big on AI, and rightly so. And they are not alone, because also New Zealand is doubling down on AI. I've been there the last quarter in 24, and I tell you one thing, wherever I went to a pub and I was talking to someone that I'm an AI advisor and I run AI projects, AI automations, and I have a community teaching founders to build AI agencies. They open up, they talk to me, they invited me out, they say, hey, let's have a coffee, I have this and this topic. So everyone is sort of open, they are interested, they are really focused on leveraging AI to making the best out of it. And the New Zealand government, they just launched their AI Activator program. Yeah, and they've identified that most businesses, also they are very open, they're still in the early stages of AI adoption. And yeah, it's an amazing opportunity. They back them with grants and funding, and they create this ecosystem and this mindset within the population that AI is an important topic to look at and to invest in. So seeing these developments, the amazing numbers of companies who consider implementing AI put it as a top priority, the major governments who are doubling down on AI, is an amazing opportunity for us. But, and this is even more important, 68% of organizations, they still face significant challenges in adopting AI, in implementing it. I mean, this is obvious because this industry is exploding. I mean, there's so much happening. Every day something something new is released, a new model, a new product, a new service. I was offline for 2 days when I was flying to New Zealand in October last year, and I was talking to a friend from Texas, and he said, do you know that this and this happened? I said, no. He said, where have you been the last 2 days? He said, well, I was offline. I was on a plane. So you see, it's very hard for companies, even it's very hard for me to keep up. But for a normal company where their main business is not AI, I mean, they are completely overwhelmed. they need our help. They need your help. So this is why this is the best time ever to dive into this business. So what can you deliver? How can you solve these problems? I mean, when we look at these three major areas: information overload, customer service request, and staff shortage. We can basically look at a couple of simple examples. I mean, this is all not rocket science. What you can do. So in the information overload, hey, AI knowledge agents. It's a game changer. One of my clients is a chemical company. We built a knowledge agent for them, which contains the knowledge of the production processes. So production workers, they create the content, they create videos, they load it into the agent. And then when they have a question, they basically chat and talk with the agent. When a new staff member joins, well, the staff member gets an onboarding done by the agent and gets told all the important information. And when he or she has questions, well, they know where to look at. Then automated documentation. If this would be a live audience, I would ask, who loves doing documentation? Not many, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I hate documentation, but it's very necessary and important. So how about especially when you are a developer, how about you have an automated documentation agent that sees what you did and creates a documentation for future reference? Or smart search. If I look at these organizations, I worked for many big corporates in my career. They have so much documents, they have so much information in various systems. Hey, how about you build a company-wide search system, company-wide AI agent that is trained by the corporate knowledge. And then, hey, if you have a question, you just talk to this agent. You just search for information by talking to the AI, like you talk to Claude, ChatGPT, or Perplexity. So these tools which are available to the public, they can also be applied in a close context within an organization. And then you don't have this typical knowledge silos, people who think they are so important for the organization, and when they leave, they're all screwed. So they basically build their empire by not sharing anything. Hey, AI is also democratization of knowledge. Information overload is a topic which is very important to attack, and there are many ways many tools and many solutions we can apply to help companies overcome this information overload. Then, customer service demands. Well, I mean, here also, there are a couple of low-hanging fruits you can deploy within days to your customers to help them solve their problems. AI chatbots, for example. Yeah, they provide 24/7 responses. A little chatbot on a website is there to answer questions, to initiate book appointments, to execute orders. This is not rocket science anymore. Voice agents is a massive opportunity. I mean, they are so good nowadays that you can basically, you don't get the difference between a voice agent and a human. One of my clients is an orthodontist in New Zealand, and they have a lot of young patients, obviously. We old kids, we have calendars. So if I have an appointment in 6 weeks, I put it on my calendar, and yeah, it's there, and I know, and I will attend. But these young guys, I mean, they don't have calendars. They don't even use email. So they often call on a Monday morning because they realize, on Tuesday I have an appointment and I can't make it. And this orthodontist told me, I get 100 calls every Monday. Can you imagine 100 calls on a day? I mean, their receptionists, they get crazy by answering all these Phone conversations. Yeah, I'm sorry, I can't make my appointment this week. Can you reschedule? Yes, of course, I can reschedule. When would you like to come? Yeah, tomorrow. No, next week. No, it's not working. Maybe the week after. Okay, I have a dependency here and there, so I can squeeze you in. Takes a couple of minutes, times 100. Yeah, you can make the calculation. We built this agent that calls the patient a week before. We said, hey, Prime, you got an appointment next week. Can you make it? Yes, it's fine. So if he confirms, so he has this, starts the thinking process. He gives confirmation. So it's you get a buy-in from the patient that he's attending. So you reduce the no-show rate, and it's all automatic. If the patient can't make this appointment, then you can automatically reschedule the appointment with the AI agent. No need for the poor receptionist answering 100 calls on a Monday morning, always saying the same. Then, automated email management. I mean, how many emails do we get every day? 85-90% is crap, stuff you don't need. Yeah, an agent can handle this. So many areas in the customer service space can be optimized by an AI solution. Then staff shortages and staff costs. So an AI agent, and I will explain this in the next video, is like a perfect digital employee. So he can handle all kinds of repetitive tasks. He can automate certain activities. It's working 24/7. Never get sick, never ask for a pay rise, and so on. So these AI agents, they can be used to help soften the staff shortage problem, reducing costs. They are used to automate processes, automate training and onboarding. Basically, most of the stuff we do digitally, we can or will be able in the near future to automate with an AI agent. So that's the perfect solution for that problem. It's basically a scalable digital workforce. So you see, it's not so complicated. We have these three major challenges, and for each of the challenge, we can develop solutions that for the clients they create lots of value. For us experts, for us AI agency owners, it's actually not a big challenge, because you will learn how to build them. You will realize that this is not rocket science. There are no-code, low-code solutions out there where you can, even as a non-technical person, you can develop them maybe in hours or in a few days. And you can create a massive value for your customers and also a great business and revenue stream for yourself. So, just a few words about me. As I said, my name is Sebastian, and I'm an entrepreneur for 3 decades now. It's been a long time. I started as an IT consultant way before the year 2000 and run IT projects in the banking center. And at a certain point, I created my first company. And for 22 years, I served big corporates, banks and central banks in the area of treasury management systems and processes. So we implemented systems they could use to manage their cash reserves, their financial risks, and so on. I'm a business angel and investor, so I invest in startups, primarily in the AI sector, and I consult small and medium-sized enterprises in AI strategy and implementation. Yes, and I founded and run the Future Founders AI community, the place where we help people like you build their own AAA business. So, and the question is, what is the market for AAA agencies? How big is it? How can we attack it? How can we find our niche? How can we find a place where we fit? And what the hell are AI agents? What are these little or big supporters? We will tell you in the next video. Stay tuned.